So for our math lesson, we are going to be classifying triangles, and so I'm going to walk you through each slide. You have been assigned this slide, so you are able to go back and view it at your own pace, but I am going to go through this together with you, okay? So if we look at this shape, we can say that we can describe this shape with many different properties. We can say that it is a triangle. We can call it a polygon. We can say that it has three sides. We can say that it has three angles. We can describe it as a two-dimensional, and we can describe it as having three vertices. Okay, so all these different descriptions are what describe this shape. But did you know that it can also be classified by the measure of the angles? Okay, so we will be focusing on the measure of the angles for this lesson. So what do you notice about the angles of this triangle? Well, if we compare them to the angles that we learned last week, which is the 90-degree angle, the acute angles, and the obtuse angles, then that's how we're going to classify these triangles. So because these angles are less than 90 degrees, this is called an acute triangle because this triangle has three acute angles. What could this triangle be called? Notice that the one that stands out here is the right angle that is right here. So because it has a right angle, this triangle is called a right triangle. This triangle has one right angle and two acute angles. Now, because this is 90 degrees, we know that these are acute. It is still classified as a 90-degree triangle, which is a right triangle. We could describe the angles in this triangle, and we know that now this angle is greater than 90 degrees, so this angle is an obtuse angle. So this is an obtuse triangle. This triangle has one obtuse angle and two acute angles. So we can classify triangles by the measure of their angles. So again, if it has one right angle, it is called a right triangle. If it has one obtuse angle, it is called an obtuse triangle. And if it has all acute angles, it's going to be classified as an acute triangle. Okay, so I'm going to display some angles, and because it's not a PowerPoint presentation, it will say the names. So we're just going to go through these together. Okay, so because this triangle has an obtuse angle, this will be an obtuse triangle. Notice here, the one that stands out is this right angle here, so this will be classified as a right triangle. None of these are a right angle or greater than the 90 degrees, so this is an acute triangle. Same thing here, we don't see any 90 degrees, we don't see any obtuse angles, so it is an acute triangle. Okay, so this was us going through how to classify triangles, and so you will be given the opportunity to do the optional Google slide where you're practicing classifying the 2D shapes, and so hopefully this here helped you go through that. Okay, so this is the optional Google slide that you have been assigned. And so when you go through this, you're going to use the clues to name the figure, and you're going to insert a picture of the figure or name an object that is the shape of the figure. So for example, when I read this, it gives you the clues. It says, I am a quadrilateral. I have two pairs of parallel sides. You're going to name the figure here. You're going to type it in, and then you're going to insert a picture or name of an object here. I would prefer the picture, and so I'm going to show you how to do that, okay? So I'm going to extend my screen, and so right here where you see insert, you can go to image, and you can search from the web, and then that's where you could type in the name of the shape that you're going to insert into that box. box, okay? And so you will continue going through that this Google slide and answer the rest of the slides based on the clues that are given to you, okay?